Cool. Well, we've got Jonathan here with us today from Accountancy Manager, and we are doing our It's Good to Talk with Clients series. So, Jonathan, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about Accountancy Manager, if you don't mind?
Yeah, certainly. So I'm Jonathan Stobart, and I'm the Head of Marketing and Strategic Partnerships at Accountancy Manager. Now, I got a background of working in an accountancy practice in the Midlands, large firm, 10 directors, three offices, and I worked there for many years. I oversaw all their marketing and business development activities, and saw the opportunity to join Accountancy Manager. Really saw the potential within the company, and really got excited about the opportunity, so decided to jump on board.
Nice. And so when you joined, what was the differences between working in practice to working in software? I've made that jump too. So yeah, what were the differences?
Yeah, obviously it's a vastly different environment, I have to admit. Obviously the pace of change at Accountancy Manager is rapid, I suppose, in comparison to working perhaps in a more traditional industry. So the big thing about Accountancy Manager, we're just trying to do as much as we can for our users. We're getting feedback from users about what additional functionality they may want. We're then obviously working with our development team to be able to turn out new features all the time. We're communicating that with our existing audience and our prospects. We are a growing company, and ultimately myself and all the team here, and I think our users, are excited about the journey that we're on, and getting to where we want to get to is an exciting, challenging journey, but it's one we're all enjoying. Great.
So I want to talk a little bit about your perspective of accountants. This is a generic term I'm using here, accountants, but you've obviously worked in the marketing function within an accounting firm and within a software company too. So on the whole, do you think accountants are good at talking with clients? Now that's a broad question. Choose how to answer it how you'd like.
No, see, I think there's a common misconception here. Everybody thinks that accountants want to hide themselves in their back bedrooms. They don't want to talk to anybody. They're really introvert. But in my experience, generally, accountants are very approachable, and they are like people, if you will. Yeah. And I think they get into accountancy, and I suppose they manage to obtain the senior positions within firms because they're able to develop relationships with people. They like talking to people, they like giving advice, and they like helping their clients. And I think typically you're not going to get to the sort of director level unless you can engage with people. And I think long gone is the old stereotype. I think it makes good humour for everyone to poke at, but unfortunately it's not actually as apparent as what you might think. Yeah,
no, that's good to hear. And I think, I definitely found that when I, back in the day when I was at BDO, the ones who got to the top in the firm were those that could communicate the best with clients and get that advice across to clients. So I think that's definitely true. Of accountants that do struggle to regularly, and maybe specifically at the moment, do struggle to regularly talk with clients. What are some of the reasons that there's those barriers? Are they, for example, finding the time to do it? Is it that side of things, or are there firms that struggle where to recruit the right team that have the kind of the interpersonal skills? Like, what are your feelings on that?
I think it's a couple of points really. So time is definitely one. So and I think certainly when we're taking on new users at Accountancy Manager, time is a problem for them, and they haven't got enough time in the day to be able to deliver the sort of client service that they want to, and that's why they're turning to something like Accountancy Manager to automate the admin elements of their day. That's going to alleviate them to be able to deliver and develop the client relationships that they've actually always wanted to have. The second point that I'd like to make in that regard is the client's perception as well. So I think sometimes the clients, they fear picking up the phone to their accountant because they think they're going to get charged. And I think this is an old stereotypical view of accountants, and perhaps clients have been burned from other accountants in the past, but certainly from working in a practice, I knew that wasn't the case. You know, the accountants want the clients to get in contact with them, because ultimately, the more the accountant talks to the clients, the more they know about them, the more that they can build up, you know, an awareness about not just their business goals, but their personal aspirations, and to be able to start delivering advice tailored specifically for their needs, and ultimately delivering a service that the clients are going to appreciate more.
Yeah, yeah, and I completely agree. So with that, and I know you guys at Accountancy Manager, you really do talk to your customers and accounting firms really quite regularly. In terms of what's been happening in the last 12 months, has there been any feedback around, you know, a change of dynamic between accountant and client? You know, is there a different, what's the feedback that's been coming to you as a practice management software from accountants about what's been happening in the last 12 months?
I suppose the pandemic has obviously increased the pace of work for everybody, really. And accountants have had to give back more information to clients in a much quicker way than perhaps they would have done in a normal world. And I'm thinking more around the constant updates that we had throughout the summer, that accountants had to get information out to their clients very quickly. And again, Accountancy Manager was able to help them with that, because they could you know, perhaps email all their clients or send a text message to all their clients as soon as the government update comes out. And I think the pandemic kind of forced accountants to revisit the way in which they were communicating with their clients. And what I say about that is automating like some areas of communication. Now, you know, I think back to probably about 10 years ago, we all got very comfortable with using MailChimp to send mass emails to all our clients. And I remember at the time, people didn't really know whether that was the right approach, and we kind of look back on that now with hindsight and laugh. And I would say automation now is the same. So chasing clients for books and records, emailing out government updates to all their clients. These are elements of, you know, client communication now that can be automated, and that's the clients doesn't benefit anymore from you writing out an individual email with the same information. You might as well just automate that delivery of that message. The client's still getting informed with what you need to tell them, but ultimately all it's doing is just saving you the time. It's enabling you to keep up with the pace of work that we had to keep up with during the pandemic. And I think it's probably what the clients really appreciate. They ultimately they want their answer more in a quicker time, more than they do want that personal approach. Yeah,
that's interesting. I think that definitely resonates. My previous role was doing a lot of interviews with accountants. That kind of, in the pandemic, over communication was kind of required. Just always allowing your client to know, look, you are there looking out for them. You are on top of the changes in grant allowances or furloughing claims or legislative changes. You know, you're on top of that and over communicating. That makes a lot of sense. And I think trying to keep that communication going and relationship going is really essential for the accountants. That some accountants, let's face it, are doing really well in this time. And there's some that have been really successful. Just picking up on that theme then, of the firms that are using Accountancy Manager, who's using you well? You know, give us an example of a firm that, what is it they're doing, and how is it they're using you well to be successful at the moment?
We've got lots of users that are doing really, really well. I sit down with users probably on a weekly basis to talk to them about their use of the system, do a case study about how they're utilising the features. Thinking of one guy, Andy Sullivan from Complete HQ, he's doing some really good stuff with this firm. I really enjoyed our conversation. And I suppose what he's doing is maximising the features. And I think we all use lots of different tech, but using your tech to its maximum capacity enables you to obviously benefit all the benefits that it provides. So I think obviously Andy's using his automation settings. He's using the system to its maximum to eliminate the admin from his day, so that he can just focus really on giving back to the clients the service that they really want to receive, albeit the advisory services, or diving deeper into their business or their personal aspirations to get under the bonnet about what they actually want to achieve.
Yeah, no, I completely. That's great to hear, because I mean we've We're definitely hearing for some of the Connect 4 users that use Accountancy Manager, like being able to automate some of that mass communication allows you to give your focused attention on those regular client conversations, so you can actually pick up on the advisory work more easily because you've got the time to do it. All right, Jonathan, let's take a look at inside Accountancy Manager to see kind of what good users are doing at the moment in these times. So do you want to share your screen and we can take a look?
Yeah, certainly. So let's jump into our Accountancy Manager. Can you see the task screen now?
Perfect.
Excellent, great stuff. So I suppose the task screen is kind of like the homepage of Accountancy Manager. This is where the members of the team will be coming into every day to be able to have a look at what assignments they've got coming up in that one given day. So scrolling down this task screen, now this of course is the demo account. You surely hope that one individual hasn't got all these jobs going on. But I want to focus on internal communication because yes, Accountancy Manager helps streamline external communication, and we'll come on to that in a second, but internal communication is key as well to be able to process all these jobs. Now, knowing what the status is on some of these jobs is crucial, and you can see here that obviously we've got different jobs at various different stages, whether it's been that records have been received or in progress, they're awaiting approval. There are notes put on files so that people always know what's going on. Now, within the system as well, you might want to be able to talk about jobs. Keep the conversation of the jobs on the actual client themselves so everybody knows what's going on all the time. And that's where the notification settings come in. Again, don't be alarmed by the amount there. This is a demo account. I've not been neglecting my responsibilities for my clients here. So whenever somebody is sent an internal notification, the little red bell at the top of the screen goes off, and then you can access your notifications on the left-hand side. Let's jump into manage notifications here. Again, you can see what's going on. You can talk to colleagues about the different aspects of jobs. You get told when somebody signed a letter of engagement so you can now progress the job. You can see if a form's been registered. You can write back to somebody. And, of course, you can archive it when your notification has been read. Mm-hmm. You, if you are the sender, if you will, of a notification, will get notified when the recipient receives it and archives the message as well. It's just keeping communication on the task, so everybody's always informed about what's going on. Now, let's have a look at external communication. So I'm going to jump into the client file and particularly have a look at the client timeline. Can you see automation limited?
I can, yep.
Or are you still on? Excellent. So I'm going to go into the client timeline here.
Yeah, we're in.
There we go. So, as if by magic, the client timeline is in front of you. So, now the client timeline is a really useful feature, and this is something that I hear a lot from users. And it's not to be used to argue with clients. It's there to support you when you're discussing with clients to confirm that you have actually said what you said you did do. For instance, on the client timeline, you can see there's various different updates going on this job. It will also communicate. Also detail communication of correspondence back and forth with clients, such as Jonathan has sent an email to Andrew regarding his tax payment, for instance. It will also notify you if the email has been opened. This gives you a solid audit trail should you ever need it. Should you ever need to be able to refer back to a time when you can categorically say, I'm really sorry, Mr. Client, I did send you that email. You were informed of that liability that you had to pay, and this would be where your evidence stands for that. This tool is something that we hear quite a lot from users that it's very essential. Now, I also want to have a look at the automation settings, because the automation settings are a huge aspect of Accountancy Manager. Now, this is ultimately where we're programming the system to chase whatever it is. As you can see from the screen in front of you, there's a wider range of different things that we can automate. But typically, as a working example, let's automate chasing books and records from clients. So I think we've all been there in practice where it's come up to the day where they've got to complete the year-end accounts for a client, say, and we haven't got all the information that we needed. Accountancy Manager will automatically chase the client for the books and records, dependent on the frequency of what you plug into this section here to be able to say how often we should, either 180 days before the deadline, 90 days before the deadline, 31 days, or 1 day before the deadline. Accountancy Manager will keep chasing that client for you on your behalf until they obviously provide the information. What is it that's going to get sent to them? Well, that's in the template section. And again, wide range of templates that you can then customize and will be populated with your client's information for when they're sending out automated emails. Particularly as in the example I was just talking about, the automated record requesting section is here. Let's have a quick jump into what we have a look at. Let's have a look at self-assessment returns. So you can see that this is the email that gets sent. Obviously, it's personalised to the client, and it's an automated email. And if you can see what it's sent us, all the information requested. So, why does this aid communication? Because I suppose people might look at this and say, well, actually, the computer is talking to your clients, and it's not you. Well, having this information sent by the computer, it's taken that element of the job away. Obviously, there's no relationship building going on in chasing records. So why are you spending your time doing it? You should let a system like Accountancy Manager automate that area of your practice that allows you to then focus on delivering the client service that your client's actually going to value, albeit, as I said earlier, maybe advisory services, maybe it's talking to them or just being a sounding board for them, just trying to contact them with various aspects of the business.
That's brilliant.
So, there's a bit of a whistle-stop tour. I suppose I could have also had a look at onboarding and how the onboarding process, I think, is quite key as well, because it's starting to build a consistency of message and the use of technology. I always think the onboarding process should reflect the wider service that client's about to receive. And again, using something like Accountancy Manager for onboarding, it just gives the clients a perceived level of quality that they should expect going forward from your firm. But Andrew, I think that'll probably do for now on how Accountancy Manager helps aid communication. It's not trying to replace you and your role in communicating with your clients. It's just trying to aid you to be able to work maybe perhaps a more efficient manner.
Excellent. No, I took a lot from that, and in how you can use Accountancy Manager to drive efficiency, basically, so that you can talk more with your clients and actually build a relationship, a human relationship, hopefully one day in person, but also remotely. No, that's brilliant. I think there's a lot there that ties really nicely. I think the message from this is Accountancy Manager is brilliant at streamlining your internal workflows so that you can be the best for your clients, getting the information to them as quickly as possible in an efficient way, allowing you to free up time to talk more regularly with clients, or potentially using Connect 4 to aid those conversations and evidence that value between the two tools. So Jonathan, great. That was a great whistle-stop tour for Accountancy Manager. And presumably we can find out more about Accountancy Manager on your website. Is that the best place to go?
Yeah, that's the best place to start. Check us out on the website, and I really would encourage anybody to sign up for a free trial as well. We do 30-day free trials, and I think getting under the bonnet of the system and seeing how some of the features and how it works for you is the best way to have a look. The team, of course, are really approachable. We've got client satisfaction rating of 99%. So by all means, give us a call, and we're happy to talk people through the system. Perfect.
Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks for the interview. Hopefully you enjoyed that short interview. My name is Andrew Jordan. I am the CEO at Connect 4. Please do book a demo. Click on book a demo, and we will love to talk you through our platform and to show it in action. And great to have you with us.